I am on the one on the far left. Camera two. Camera two. I take it Anthony got here.
Hey fans, remember, you can follow Rensselaer's 23 varsity athletic teams with schedules and news by logging on to the Rensselaer webpage at rpiathletics.com.
Good afternoon, football fans. We are broadcasting live from the East Campus Stadium on the campus of Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute in Troy, New York, where today it will be the RPI Engineers facing off against the Alfred Saxons in a non-conference action, or a non-conference game, I should say. That's the correct diction. It's RPI's home opener here in Troy. It's kind of an overcast day, a little muggy, not the most comfortable day out there to play football, but that's what you got. You don't get to change the weather to suit your purposes. My name is Kurt Stutt here with Bob Conway. We're going to bring you all the action live today on 91.5 FM, WRPI Troy. Engineers coming in 1-0 with a 31-17 win over Norwich last week. The Alfred Saxons also coming in at 1-0, so somebody's going to be leaving the East Campus Stadium today a little unhappy with the way things went because somebody's going to be taking a loss. Before we get to today's action, we'll give a listen right now to an interview that my colleague Bob Conway had with RPI Engineer head coach Ralph Izernia before today's game.
I guess what I'd like to get is your take on what you liked and didn't like about last week, just how you felt overall about the first game.
Well, there's not a whole lot I didn't like about last week. We had a number of questions coming into the game, especially offensively, with a bunch of new starters. How they would respond, for their first time, starting in games. As I told you last week, those were all guys that had a chance to play for us the year before and had been solid contributors. But you never know, especially the first game, and I thought we had a good camp, good week of preparation going into the game. But you never know until you get up and go against another opponent and kind of get those work out the kinks a little bit. I thought defensively we played really solid throughout the entire game. Our special teams really set the tone from the first kickoff. I thought Cap did a great job of putting the ball in deep, and then our special teams also kind of turned the tide for us and shortened the field with some punts inside the 20. Matt Razik probably should have been the special teams player of the year, player of the week in the conference for his efforts with over a 45-yard average and a number, I think it was 4 or 5 inside the 20. So we were able to shorten up the field with the special teams. And like I said, defense played solid all game and kept giving the offense some chances. Maybe the only thing I didn't like, I didn't like the first 2 fumbles that we had. Those were more of concentration penalties, concentration fumbles where we weren't just holding on to the ball. We didn't seat the football correctly. Then we had a couple of offsides that put us behind the sticks a number of times. So, those were the things that with new guys in there and especially a new quarterback that we would like to avoid. Those are things that really got under my skin, especially early on, and then the guys started to settle down. So, opening game jitters, I guess we chalk it up to that. A team makes its best jump probably within the first 2 weeks, from the first week to the second week. So, especially with new guys on the field, so hopefully we're looking for something better and execution-wise a whole lot sharper.
Like you said, there were little things that needed to be worked out.
Yeah, and the other thing was that Norwich was a playoff team. They were an NCAA playoff team from a year ago, and they're a better football team than what we played against last year, and I could see them really competing for that conference title once again. So they were a great football team, and there was no quit in them. I mean, they were going to play hard from the first snap to the last snap, and you saw that in all three phases. So that's I thought it was good to see our guys compete and also never give up on the whole entire game.
I agree with you. The team itself is, I think, a lot better than last year.
Yeah, in the second, the thing that turned it for us in the second half, in the third quarter, we got an interception for a touchdown. So I don't think it was, I don't think that they were doing anything too different. We had a couple of missed assignments. We were playing a lot of guys on the defensive side, maybe some young guys in there. So I don't think it was really anything that they were doing that was too difficult for our guys. I think we got caught out of position a couple of times, and again, they're a good football team, and when they execute, they're gonna make some plays. So, like I said, I thought we were solid defensively the entire game, and we wanted to control the clock on offense and not put ourselves in some tough situations where we had a young quarterback forcing something down the field or having to make a play. So we took a lot off of his shoulders, but he's certainly proven that he can.
On the defensive line, number 98, John Hartman. On the defensive line, number 76, Rohan Shirian-Ash. And also at defensive line, number 59, Diego Coutinho. The linebackers for the Engineers, number 41, Joe Gotti. In the middle, number 44, Alexander Greenwich. Number 51, Brent Beck. And number 7, Jair Dorsey. The defensive backfield for the Engineers, number 23, Sean Egan. Number 42, DJ Stefanski. Number 25, Ryan Buss. And number 48, Brian Hayes. Please welcome the rest of the Engineers, their head coach, Ralph Isonia. Officials have called the captains from both teams to midfield for the coin toss. Captains for Alfred University, number 23, Shai Wingate. 47 is Zach Brinkley. Number 4, Brendan Bish. And number 62, Kevin Lamarck. For RPI, number 25, Ryan Buss. 53, Stephen Mills. And number 44, Alex Greenwich.
Okay, does this look good? Yeah, I see it. Well, we better get it.
RPI is won in the first second half. Alfred will take the ball. We'll defend this out.
RPI won the toss, deferred their choice to the second half. They will kick off to begin the game and defend the south end zone. Now we ask that you please rise, remove your caps, as the RPI pep band will play our national anthem.
Action from East Campus Stadium in Troy, New York. Kurt Stutt, Bob Conway on the call for you today. We'd like to thank the Rensselaer Union. They provide the funding for WRPI and all the club-related activity of the Institute, and that includes WRPI's coverage of engineer football, hockey, and baseball. Also, WRPI is on the World Wide Web. Point your browser to WRPI.org. You can pick up our broadcast 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. As long as we're sending something out over the ether of the air, we'll provide it for you on that feed. Once again, that is WRPI.org. RPI won the coin toss. They deferred their selection to the second half, so they'll be kicking off today's game. For today's game, it'll be Alfred getting the ball first here in Troy.
Yeah, I was indicating before the national anthem that Sean Egan and Matt Razek were named to the Liberty League Weekly Honor Roll for their efforts. Egan, a defensive back, had 7 tackles, all unassisted, and an interception that he returned for 15 yards for a touchdown. He was third on the team in total tackles. Razek, on the other hand, had 8 punts for 44.5 yards. 4 of his attempts landed inside the 20-yard line, and we're ready to go here.
It'll be RPI right to left, Alfred left to right across your radio dial in this first quarter. Cap boots the ball away. He's got the wind with him, but this one won't make the end zone. It's taken at about the goal line, 10, 15, 20, and about the 22-yard line. Fuentes on the kickoff return for Alfred, and Alfred starts out at their own 22 in today's game. No score, RPI versus Alfred.
Yeah, Alfred's quarterback, Tyler Johnson, it's pretty good both ways. He's a runner and passer. Coach Iserny was pretty high on him.
Johnson takes his team out for this first possession of the game. Alfred easing their way out there. 10 seconds to go on the play clock. 2 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right for the Saxons. On first down, Johnson rolls to his left, puts the ball up. It's complete. 30-yard line, near a first down on the completion on the far side to Bush. Right near the first down marker. That's probably a first down for the Saxons. Okay, the marker says 1. You got to move the chains. There you go. Chain gang, a little slow on the uptake to start out this first game of the season here in Troy.
Luke Watanabe was the man on the tackle on that play for RPI.
30 seconds gone by first quarter. Alfred first and 10 at the 32 of the Saxons. Johnson takes the handoff, hands off on first down. Trying to go left this time is Bright, and he's stopped after a gain of 2 near the 35. Johnson's the quarterback, the fullback Tierney, the tailback Brendan Tierney, the tailback Casey Bright, flankers Emil Frijan, the tight end's Ralph Paglia, the split end is Brendan Bush. The line up front left to right for Alfred, Kevin Lamarck, Bobby Morris, Sean Murphy, David Sylvester, and Nicholas Charlock. Second down and 8 for Alfred at the 35-yard line of the Saxons. Saxons coming in all white pants, white jerseys with their dark blue helmet. Johnson looks to throw, pass that is in the chest of the intended receiver, Gavidia. Flag comes out. He couldn't hold on to it. It goes to the ground, so it was incomplete, but a flag immediately came out from the head linesman. And it's going to be pass interference against RPI. Brian Finn is our referee for today's game.
Interference, number 25 on the defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Ryan Buss called for the infraction.
So, go ahead.
Buss, one of our captains this year from Clifton Park High School, Shenendahoa.
13:41 to go here. First quarter, no score. Alfred, 1st and 10 at the 50 after the 15-yard penalty. If it was the pros, they'd be on the RPI side of the field because the pass interference occurred at the RPI 47, but it's a max 15 in college. Handoff on the man going through the backfield. That's Fuentes on 1st down, and he gets to the RPI 46, going left and cutting upfield.
Number 45, first guy there for the Engineers. And that's Hayes from the secondary.
41, Joe Gotti.
In addition to Hayes, I believe the second man in was Joe Gotti.
Second down and 6 for Alfred at the RPI 46. Johnson throws, that's complete. Bush's got it. He's stopped around 31. Called to 32 of RPI. That number 37 of RPI. That'll be a first down for the Saxons.
Egan on the tackle for the Engineers. Saxons seem to be working that side of the field with the quick, short pass pretty effectively.
1st and 10 Saxons at the RPI 37, 12:40 to go. First quarter, no score. First possession of the game. Alfred with the ball. Johnson out of the shotgun, 4 wide out formation, and he fakes the handoff. Johnson keeps it himself, goes left, and he's going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage. Good D by RPI there. Just followed him through along the line, didn't let him get upfield.
Nice read on the part of the Engineers defense. I think Brian Hayes once again was in on that tackle.
No gain on the play.
Hayes very, very quick. Very fast runner.
Not really much of a crowd here in Troy today. 2nd and 10 at the 37 for the Saxons. Some people still making their way down the hill that we're looking at. Johnson out of the shotgun, looks to throw, doesn't see anything downfield. Now he's going to run with the ball. 35, 30, stays on his feet. 25 to the 24, and that's a first down.
He avoided a couple of tacklers. Knew right where the first down marker was, and was finally tackled by Alexander Greenwich, number 44, our middle linebacker.
1st and 10, Alfred at the 24 of RPI. 11.5 to go first quarter, no score.
Alfred's moved the ball pretty steadily right down the field.
Helped out by a pass interference call against RPI. Bright in the backfield for the Saxons. 2 wideouts on the right, man in the backfield on the left. Bright's going to take the handoff, follow his blocker to the 20, to the 15, and he's probably got another first down as he gets between the 13 and the 14. It will be a first down for Alfred at the 13-yard line.
That was Casey Bright with carrying the ball.
The 11 on the play. First and 10, Alfred at the RPI 13.
I think Egan's first guy there on the tackle on that play.
Over 4 minutes gone by on this opening drive of the game. Alfred 1st and 10 at the RPI 13. No score, obviously, first drive. Just make that clear in case anybody didn't know. 3 wideouts, Bright in the backfield for Johnson. Johnson takes a snap. Was going to roll out right now on a delayed handoff to Bright, and Bright's inside the 10. It gets about 4 on that play.
Yeah, number 59, Catino for the Engineers.
Second down and 7 at the RPI.
I think he was helped out by number 77, Marquis Francois.
2nd and 7 for Alfred. 4 wideouts. They'll switch the man in the backfield. It is Fuentes back there now. 2 receivers on each side. Johnson takes the snap. Looks right, now looks left. Looking for Fuentes, and that's incomplete. Threw it to his feet in the backfield. That's a bad pass. That's not Fuentes' fault. It'll be a 3rd down for Alfred. Not a lot of 3rd downs on this drive.
Good coverage by the Engineers, but as Kurt said, the pass by Johnson was not good. Pretty big down this early in the game for the Engineers. They can contain him here.
3rd and 7 at the 10 of RPI for Alfred. Johnson, play action, throws. That's complete to the 5. Nope. Stopped at the 6-yard line. Alfred's going to have 4th and 2 at the 6. As Paglier was the receiver on that play. So Alfred sending out the kicking team.
I think DJ Stefanski.
Number 28 on
Okay.
protect.
Bush is going to hold. Monk's going to try for the field goal. This is a 24-yard attempt. Snap spot. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So Monk puts it through the uprights. 9:31 to go here, first quarter. Alfred leads 3-0.
4-yard field goal for number 28.
Well, that first series was
9:31 remaining in the first period.
pretty dominant on the part of the Saxons. Kurt was right when he said that one of the big helps on that drive was the pass interference call on Ryan Buss. But other than that, they ran the ball pretty well, and they passed the ball pretty well. Mostly short passes in the flat, but very effective. See if the Engineers can come right back offensively.
Sun sneaking out right now. It's shining on the field. I don't think that's going to last because we're looking at a lot of clouds out there.
To receive for RPI number 18, Johnny Ramsdell, and 22,
Ramsdell and Stefanski back to get this kick.
Lockridge boots it away. 10-15 to the 20. Ramsdell dashing and darting. 25. Ramsdell makes it out to the 27. RPI will start out with their first possession of the game.
5-yard line, tackled by
Number 34, Marcus Ford on the tackle for the Saxons. I want to remind you, you're listening to Rensselaer Football on WRPI 91.5 Troy.
Engineers come out on offense. Eddie Trimpert will be the quarterback starting today. Slot backs for Johnny Ramsdell, John Costello. The wide receivers are Connor Davies and Keaton Ackerman. Running back Mike Tavinis. First down, 3 wide out formation. Tavinis takes the carry on first down, runs straight ahead, and it's about 2 yards. He made it out to the 29-yard line. Line up front, Chris News, Aaron Stewart, Steve Mills, Mitch McDade, and Scott Black.
Brought down by number 1, Shaquille Muscaden.
Gain of 2, 2nd down and 8.
RPI quickly to the line, 2nd and 8 Engineers from the 29. RPI trailing 3-0 here, 9 to go first quarter. RPI doesn't snap the ball right away. They look
I
over
never
to the
understand
sideline.
why they go quickly to the line then.
Well, you force the defense not to make any substitutions. Tavinis on the carry, runs right, turns upfield, 30, 34-yard line. It'll be a 3rd and 3 for the Engineers.
Nice second effort by Tavinis. Number 43, Mike Cadigan, a linebacker from Seaford, New York, on the tackle.
3rd down and 3 for the Engineers.
Yeah, the sophomore quarterback starts again. There's a senior, a junior, a sophomore, and a freshman vying for that job.
3rd and 3 pass, that's complete. That'll be a first down for the Engineers. Ackerman forced out at the 48 of RPI, so RPI gets their first down of the game earned.
I think it's forced out by number 11, Jared Watkins. Watkins, a D-back, 6 foot 140. He's a junior from Buffalo, New York.
Engineers 1st and 10 at their own 48, down 3-0, 8 to go here in the first quarter. Man in motion. He'll get the handoff on that play. I think that's Costello. Yeah, that's Costello. He goes to the left side, but only gets 3 yards when he switches directions to go upfield.
2 guys, number 15, A.J. Licata, and number 47, Zach Brinkley, were the first 2 guys on that tackle. There was a swarm of them, but they were the first 2 there.
RPI lines up quickly. It will be 2nd and 7 as they move the ball on the other side of the 50. They are at the Alfred 49. Slot backs each side, receivers each side. Trimpert hands off to Tavinis. He goes straight ahead. Tavinis makes it to the 45. RPI looking at another 3rd and 3.
Another tackle by Shaquille Muscadin. He's a linebacker, 6'2", 205 junior from Mosey, New York. Ramapo High School.
3rd down and 3. Trimpert hands off to Tavinis, straight ahead, takes some tacklers with him, and he should have a 1st down. I think he just barely got across the 42. They're going to mark him just inside the 42. He needed to make the 42, and they'll move the chain, so it's a 1st down RPI.
Number 27, Tavion Renfro, and number 15, A.J. Licata, both in on the tackle for the Saxons.
1st and 10 RPI just inside the Alfred 42. 3-0 Alfred leads in today's game. Tavinis straight ahead, loses the ball, fumble, recovered by Alfred at the 40. Lost the ball right at the 40-yard line, coughed it up. Alfred was there to cover, and the Saxons get the first turnover of the game.
Well, 91 was the bottom guy for Alfred that may have caused the fumble. I'm not sure of that, but Toby Hale, he's a 220-pound, 6'1" junior. Engineer defense back on the field after a difficult first series. This defense is a not a quit defense. They usually come to play when something is.
1st and 10 at the 40. Nope. Johnson takes it himself. Thought he handed off. I got faked out on that. Bright didn't take the ball. Johnson did. He picks up 2 to the 42.
Tackled by Coutinho.
Coutinho's the first guy there for the Engineers.
Joe Gotti. It's a gain of 2 on the play.
Joe Gotti was the other guy.
Second down and 8 for Alfred at the 42. John Hartman, Sherian Ass in for Malik Joseph, and Diego Coutinho are the line up front for the Engineers. Linebackers Joe Gotti, Alexander Greenidge, Brant Beck, and Jerry Dorsey, pardon me. I'm going to get that first name right eventually. Johnson back to throw on 2nd down and finds some room, gets it complete to Bright. I mean, Bright's down at the RPI 43. Johnson was surrounded by everybody, and he somehow managed to get the ball away.
Yeah, he had 4 red jerseys around him, and he kind of put himself on his toes and threw the ball to his wideout, who was wide open.
1st and 10, Alfred at the RPI 43. 5:25 to go, first quarter, 3-0, Alfred leads. And this was, they didn't have Johnson in the backfield this time. He was lined up someplace else. It was a direct snap to Fuentes, and he makes it to the RPI 37.
Yeah, Fuentes runs pretty hard. I think he was brought down by Hayes in the secondary.
Jair Dorsey, there we go. I should get the name right. The last linebacker for RPI. The defensive back, Sean Egan, DJ Stefanski, Ryan Buss, and Brian Hayes. So that's the RPI defense. 2nd down and 4 for Alfred at the RPI 37. Johnson out of the shotgun, takes a snap. This is a handoff, and this will be a 1st down along the sidelines on the far side. Bright took it, and he's forced out.
Bright on the carry.
Where did he go out of bounds? At the 31. And it is a 1st down for Alfred. So RPI's defense kind of not stopping Alfred again.
No, not at all.
1st down for Alfred at the RPI 31-yard line.
So the ball's on the 31 on the far hash mark. 4.5 to go, first quarter. 3-0 Alfred lead. Saxons are driving. Johnson alone in the backfield. As Paglier will line up as a tight end along with 4 wideouts for Alfred. Johnson takes a snap, takes a step forward, now throws. That is complete to Paglia, the tight end, and he's down to the 5.
Yeah, he had 2 defenders down there, but he went right between both of them. He split them up.
It's another first down.
4-yard line, they'll spot the ball. First and goal, Alfred. 4 minutes to go, first quarter. Alfred leads 3-0. This is a drive off an RPI fumble. 2 men in the slot to the right, wide receivers each side, tight end on the left for Alfred. Johnson looks over to the sidelines. 10 seconds left on the play clock. First and goal from the 4. Hands off to the man cutting into the backfield. That is Bright. Bright moves straight ahead, and he is in for the touchdown. Alfred leads 9-0.
Well,
Oh, Fuentes, pardon me. That was Fuentes, 20, not Bright, 21. Fuentes on the touchdown.
2 mistakes by the Engineers, one a pass interference, one a fumble. Both led to scores. Saxons lead it right now, 9-0 with the PAT about to come.
Monk on to try the extra point. It's up. It is good. So it is 10-0 Alfred with 3:38 left to go, first quarter.
Defense has not looked good today. Last week, they were pretty dominant for most of the game. But this is a defense, as I said earlier, that usually makes adjustments and comes back very well. So we'll see if that happens.
I will bring up something I mentioned at the end of last week's game. A lot of passes by Norwich last week were off target. When they threw, there were a lot of passes that simply weren't on target, and RPI's defense, had they been on target, RPI's defense would not have stopped it. But they were poorly thrown. Right now, the passes are on target here for Alfred.
Everyone has been on target.
Yes. And that's a big difference between last week and this week. Those on-target passes that would have been an issue last week and weren't because they were off target right now are an issue. Kickoff goes to Ramsdale at the 6-yard line. 10, 15, whoops, and a nice open field tackle. It's not going to get a whole lot better than that. That was Michael Joyner on the tackle for Alfred. Just took Ramsdale down in between the 17 and the 18. So the 18-yard line, RPI starts out their second possession. Trimpert out of the shotgun. A whole bunch of receivers on the left. They're going to run right with this, though. Wells takes it and powers ahead for 4.
Number 1, first guy there once again for the Saxons, Shaquille Muscadin. There was other people there as well, but Muscadin was the first guy there.
2nd and 6 for RPI. This will be another running play. This will get a first down for RPI. Good speed there by Kelly. Once he turned the corner, he broke through the line, and Kelly makes it out to the 34.
Kelly did a nice job. Finally brought down by number 15, A.J. Licata. We've heard his name a number of times already today.
4
wide out formation for RPI. 1st and 10 at the 34. 2:50 to go, first quarter. RPI trails Alfred 10-0. Trimpert looks to throw. Looking downfield, throws it up, and that's out of play. It was intended for Davies on the Alfred side of the field, but there was no way for him to catch that. It was overthrown into the sideline.
Connor Davies, flag on the play.
Also a flag on the play. That's on the near side, the RPI side of the field.
RPI needs a scorer in this series.
Ineligible, outfield, number 10 on the offense. 5-yard penalty, replay first.
Michelin.
So an ineligible receiver downfield against RPI. That backs the Engineers up to the 29. It'll be 1st and 15.
Yeah, he's a sophomore running back from Monroe, New York.
5-yard penalty moves the ball back to the 29-yard line. First and 15 for the Engineers.
RPI first and 15. This is a running play. Slot man moved into the backfield, took the handoff. Helmet comes off. That's Esposito on the run. Esposito to the 37. We've got some pushing afterwards. Flags come out for RPI. Chris New is the one who lost his helmet. And they're calming him down right now. Or trying to calm him down. He pushed his own man at one point. That's not a penalty.
There was a flag thrown, though.
Calabro is the engineer who got pushed by New. They don't flag you for that. 3 officials threw flags, and I don't know. I mean, they'll have to sort this out. We don't know how he lost his helmet. Or is this some sort of he didn't like what happened to him and he pushed back at somebody?
That's what I think happened. I think he pushed back. And I think the second guy got caught.
So Brian Finn has his officiating team standing around discussing this one. 2:31 to go here in the first quarter. Alfred 10, RPI nothing, as the always exciting wait for the call in these circumstances.
You got 6 officials at the table.
I just watched the replay. I didn't catch what happened to the helmet. Oh, he pushes. Okay. Yeah, he pushes Miller. New pushes Miller clearly at one point.
Yeah, I thought that's what I thought. I thought the other fellow did something to New, and New pushed him.
Participate. That's a 15-yard penalty at the dead ball spot. After the play, he had 2 dead ball penalties. Penalties on number 73 red. That's his first unsportsmanlike. And number 1 white. Those will offset. That is also his first unsportsmanlike.
Okay, so I didn't catch the beginning of that.
I think there was a 15-yard.
There's an original 15-yard live ball penalty that I got, but I didn't catch who it was on. Muscadin and New then both get offsetting dead ball penalties.
That's right.
So the initial 15 gets called.
We will replay first down. It'll be first and 25.
Okay, the first down goes against RPI, or the first penalty is against RPI. You know what I think it is? New lost his helmet. If you lose your helmet, you can't participate anymore. And I think he stayed in and was actively playing, and therefore that's the 15-yard penalty. I believe that's what they called in this circumstance. If you lose your helmet, you're out. You can't play anymore.
When he pushed that guy, I thought he had his helmet on.
No. Oh, no, it was off.
Was it off?
Oh, it was definitely off. Yes, it was definitely off.
And 22 from the 22.
So RPI gets called for the 15-yard penalty. 2:31 to go here. First quarter, no score. RPI versus Alfred. It'll be first and 22. RPI back at their own 22-yard line. On first down, running play. Gets them a couple of, oops, fumble? Nope. They're going to say down. Alfred wants a fumble, but they're going to say the runner was down. So RPI gets about 4 yards on that play out to the 26.
Alfred had a late hit, too. No call diving on a pile when it was well over.
Second down and 17 for RPI. And, yeah, second down and 17. That's right. Trimpert looking over to the sidelines. 10 seconds to go on the play clock here. 10-0 RPI trails here, first quarter. 3-receiver formation for RPI. RPI is going to run it again on second down. This is Wells. He's got a pretty good run out to the 40, and that makes it a much more manageable third down and about 4.
Liam Hobbins on the tackle. He's a 5'10 defensive back, 190 pounds from Saco, Maine.
Third and 4 RPI at the 40-yard line. Trimpert out of the shotgun. Alfred's defense kind of moving. They did not cross the line, though. As RPI goes to the line, looks like they're going to snap the ball, but then they don't.
RPI's taking a long time for getting signals from the bench.
10 seconds left to go on play clock. Finally, Trimpert looks to throw, gets away from some pressure. Now he's going to get hit from behind, and Trimpert is down. He loses almost 2 yards, and it'll be fourth and about 5.5 for RPI, and the punt team comes out.
If he went the first time, he was thinking about it. He would have made a first down. But he hesitated a little bit, then he decided to go, and there was a guy right there in front of him.
From the 39.
Razik comes out to punt.
RPI needs a good punt here, good field position.
Drive stopped at the 39. That's a good punt. Is it going to roll into the end zone? It will. This will come back out to the 20. He didn't get it to curl out. It curled into the field of play and into the end zone. 18.7 seconds left here in this first quarter. RPI trails 10-0.
We once again want to remind you you're listening to Rensselaer Football on WRPI 91.5 Troy. Kurt Stutt, Bob Conway bringing you the game. Next week, the Engineers will travel to MIT.
You don't know everybody on the team, so this is the way that you do it.
Third drive of the day for Alfred. First drive, field goal. Second drive, touchdown. It's giving them the 10-0 lead.
When you don't know all the rules in hockey,
They've mixed their plays up very well in the first 2 series.
Everything for Alfred seems to be clicking today. Timeout, Alfred.
They're working on that left side, too. The wideouts are mostly going to the left side. 3 this time. Before the timeout, there was 3.
but sometimes the announcer can really make you mad because he puts
Turning out to be a pretty nice day. The overcast is being battled with the sun. It's not going yet.
I think the humidity, though, is still there. We are in air conditioning, so it's tough for us to make a call on that one. But it was not a very comfortable day when I got here around 9:30.
Yeah, same 2 of 10.
What they need, and they didn't provide in the stadium, is underground parking like you have at many facilities where the media and people involved can park inside the building, and then they never have to go outside. They don't have that. So I actually had to walk the parking lot into the building. I'll have to talk to somebody about that. Maybe phase 2, they can include that someplace. If there's ever a phase 2 done here.
Oh, it's on the board. We talked about it last week.
Okay, I've been around RPI a long time. I've yet to see a phase 2 happen.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm not holding my breath.
Yeah, nobody thought they'd see this facility either, but...
Well, this is a phase 1.
I know, but we got it.
Plenty of phase 1s. 18.7 seconds back on the clock. First and 10, Alfred at their own 20. As they're up 10-0 near the end of quarter number 1 here in Troy. Johnson takes a high snap. He's going to run with it. Goes left side, has an opening. He's got a first down to the 30. Johnson out of bounds to 35, then tackled out of bounds. They're not going to call anything on that. So it's a first down for Alfred.
He got away with a tackle outside of bounds. He had a hold of him on the way out, but he actually finished the tackle. I think that was Hayes.
Tackled by number 48, Brian Hayes.
Yep.
Gain of 15 on the play.
It was Hayes. 15-yard gain by the quarterback. Nobody was near him until he got to the secondary.
First quarter with the score, Alfred 10.
Quarter number 1 ends here in Troy. Alfred 10, RPI nothing.
I'm not sure exactly when, but it's very, very soon. The hockey line for tickets is happening. I know we had to have our tickets in paid for last Friday. We'll be getting them in the mail, or we can pick them up on the 21st.
There was a time hockey line was already in existence by the time the students came back.
Oh, I know.
Not the same as it used to be. I didn't tell you, Bob Rankel is the head coach for Alfred University, coming in 1-0 into today's game. Teams are switching sides. It'll be Alfred right to left, RPI left to right across your radio dial in quarter number 2. wind has kind of died down here in Troy.
Let's hope the defense can shut down the Saxons in the second quarter. I'm confident that the coaches will have some adjustments to make at halftime that'll probably help things. They have in the last 3 years.
First and 10, Alfred at their own 35. Start of quarter number 2. Johnson drops back. Throws, far side, that's complete. That'll be a first down to Etienne.
It's complete to number 10.
Yeah,
Rodney, 18.
the secondary coverage just is not what it should be.
Etienne out at the RPI, 47. That'll be first down, Alfred. RPI's defense has not been able to stop the Saxons today. I mean, except the drive they forced them to kick a field goal. But this drive, Alfred's moving it well. The last drive, a touchdown. The drive before that, a field goal, got inside the red zone. So Alfred's 2 for 2 in the red zone, and all 3 drives moving well. First and 10, Alfred at the RPI 47. 14 and a half to go in the first half. And this is a handoff. This will be another first down along the far side. Finally tackled was Bright. A couple of people got their hands on them. I can say there's some not really good tackling there by RPI, and to the 34 makes it.
First down, Alfred.
Once again, I think
There's a flag on the play. So
that was Hayes.
Okay, so it'll be 15 yards from the spot of the foul. It's a face mask against Alfred. Or holding.
That will move the ball back.
So the ball goes back to the 50 because the infraction was at the 40.
First and 13.
First and 13 for Alfred as the ball's right on the 50-yard line.
Yeah, actually Hayes was the last guy before the goal.
2 wideouts on the left, tight end on the right, man in the 2 in the backfield. Johnson is going to follow Fuentes, the blocker. Johnson gets away from one man. Now he gets to the secondary and he's tied up, but he makes it to the 40 to make it 2nd and 3.
Johnson on the carry. Tackled by Greenidge.
Number of engineers there. I believe the primary first tackler was Greenidge,
At the RPI 40-yard
the
line.
middle linebacker for the engineers. It's a big pileup, but Greenidge was on the bottom.
2nd down and 3 for Alfred at the RPI 40. Johnson fakes the handoff, takes it himself. He's easily got the first down, tripped up by the legs. That was Greenidge who got a hand on him around the 30-yard line. If he hadn't, he could have broken that one.
He's run that about 6 times already.
29-yard line.
RPI's not picking that up at all. I don't know why.
Yeah, Johnson got a block. If Greenidge had not grabbed him, Johnson may have gotten a touchdown because the only other guy close to him was going to be blocked out of the play. Under 13 to go here, first half, 10-0 Alfred leads. They've got a first down at the RPI 29.
This is where you miss a Malik Joseph. Joseph's had 11 tackles last weekend. He's just a bull.
Johnson has trouble with the snap, grabs it, throws, complete sideline. That'll be another first down to Bush. Bish. Pardon me, Bish is where they're going to pronounce that one, to the 18-yard line. It's another first down for Alfred. Those passes are all on target.
Secondary is giving them way too much room. They're quick passes. There's nobody there to defend. They're all about 4 yards back. Not wanting to give up the big one, so.
Well, the little ones are going to eat them alive.
That's what's happening.
Yeah, 12:15 to go here, first half. And this is a direct snap to Fuentes. Fuentes breaks one tackle, gets inside the 15 to the 14.
Yeah, they are
inside the 15-yard line.
They are mixing things up pretty well. Hayes in on the tackle once again for the engineers. Number 49. 47, I'm sorry.
4 on the play, 2nd down and 6.
Wrong again, it's 48.
2nd and 6 at the 14 for Alfred.
Brian Hayes is 48. He's all over the field.
Johnson with 3 receivers to the right, tight end on the left. Fakes the handoff. Johnson goes straight ahead to the 10. Johnson puts his head down, and he's got another first down to the 7. It'll be 1st and goal, Alfred.
To the 6-yard line.
Yeah, this is just grinded out football. Take a couple of cracks at the line, throw a 7 or 8 yard pass,
Number 51, Brand
another
Beck.
crack at the line, you got first down. There has been no stopping this.
1st and goal, Alfred at the 7. 11:05 to go. First half, 10-0 Alfred leads. Looking to make this a 3-score game. Fuentes goes in motion. They'll hand off to the other guy, Bright, and he hit the line, and the line didn't give that time. He gets pushed back to the 21, but his forward progress was the line.
3 engineers in on that play at least. Stood him right up.
2nd and goal at the
So 2nd and goal from the 8 for Alfred. Single receiver to the left, 2 to the right. Bright is in the backfield. Johnson looking left. Puts it off to Bright. Bright's wide open. Bright's in for the touchdown. Nobody near him. Only got hit when he got to the goal line. It's 16-0 Alfred.
Yeah, the defense is not doing the job at all. It's 3 series in a row they gave up points. And it wasn't a big play that did it. They got a little help on the first 2 scores by a pass interference. The second score by a fumble.
Monk's extra point is up and good. 17-0 Alfred leads. There is 10:05 left to go in the first half.
That last score, however, was just a sustained drive for 7. And RPI's got themselves in a hole right now. And the offense has got to get moving. Well, the defense has got to do a better job as well.
Well, right now the onus is on RPI's defense. They haven't stopped a single. Alfred scored on every drive.
That's right.
Okay, so the defense, if the defense keeps playing like that, the offense, it doesn't matter what they do, RPI loses this game. The defense has got to stop Alfred. And the comparison between last week and this week, number 1, Alfred's passes are on target. Maybe 1 was at the foot of the receiver. I mean, everything else has been on target for these guys, and no bad aways.
There's nobody near them.
There's nobody near the receivers. Nothing's getting batted away. Nothing close to intercepted.
They're giving them a lot space.
Ramsdale on the kickoff return falls down at the 25. He was avoiding a tackler, tried to keep his feet, and you can see he was upset with himself when he pounded the ball into the artificial turf. I was going to say ground. It is still the ground, but not the dirt.
Michael Joyner, number 14, one of the 2 guys on the tackle, bring Ramsdale out of bounds.
So you can see he was pounding the ball on the turf because he wasn't happy that he didn't stay on his feet. 10 exactly to go here first half. 17-0 Alfred leads. RPI's 2 possessions prior to this, fumble and punt. Trimper loses the ball and he goes to a knee. Nope. He went to a knee when he picked the ball up. That's done. He's down to 22.
RPI's got to get their passing game going, but he's going to need time to pass. He hasn't had it.
The officials were slow to blow the whistle on that one. So Trimper got hit, even though they really should have blown the whistle sooner because he was down on his own volition. 2nd down, straight up the middle run for Cella. And he's to the, let's call this one the 27.5.
Number 45, Isaiah Moak, in the tackle for the Saxons.
So that'll make it 3rd down and about 8 for RPI.
Saxons are playing pretty good football on defense and offense. It's grinded out offensively, and defense they're just stingy.
They have not given up a lot of yards on D. This is only RPI's third possession. This is not going to be like last week where there were a ton of possessions each side. This is a running play on third down. Costello cutting through the backfield, stopped at the 30, and it's 4th and 6 RPI.
Ball carried by number 20, Costello, knocked out of bounds at the
RPI sends out the punt team. So assuming they punt, and that's a pretty safe bet here, fumble, punt, punt for RPI in 3 possessions.
88, Matt Rassick with the punt. .36, Gaviria, and number 12, Gallagher back deep.
Razic, bad punt off the side of his foot and caught by an RPI assistant coach. This is going to be on the RPI side of the field. He shanked that one.
Punt is out of bounds.
Where are they going to put this? At the 46. Alfred starting out their 4th drive in great field position.
46-yard line, 1st and 10, Alfred.
It's all going wrong right now for RPI.
So far. I've never seen this team quit for 4 years, so with this coach, I don't expect to see it today.
1st and 10, Alfred at the 46 of RPI. 3 for 3. 3 drives, 3 scores for the Saxons.
RPI needs a big play.
Johnson fakes the handoff, keeps it himself straight ahead to the 40. Johnson, first down, looks like. He got to the 36, and this could be super close. They're going to put the ball right on the marker, and that looks like a first down to me.
How can they run that play so often?
No, they're going to say second down.
Nobody stops it.
Now they're going to call timeout on the field, and they'll take a look at it. I think, guys, if you eyeball this, it looks like a first down. Yep, there you go.
You can't count the slide.
First down on the carry. 1st and 10 for Alfred at the RPI, 36-yard line.
7:50 to go here. First half. Alfred 17, RPI nothing. Bright in the backfield. Johnson basically in between 2 backs, single wideouts each side. Bright takes the handoff, goes off one guy, stays on his feet, Bright to the 30, and he'll be stopped at the 30-yard line, gets 6 on first down.
Tackled by 41, Joe Gotti, and number 46, Jack Cocker.
Joe Gotti, the first guy there
It's a gain of 6.
for the Engineers.
Second down and 4 for Alfred. This is Fuentes in the backfield. Johnson's actually lined up as a wideout on the left. Fuentes keeps it himself, goes to the right, and he's stopped at the 28. Only a pickup of 2 that time.
To about the 20.
Yeah, see the first guy there. Number 44 for the Engineers was first guy there. Alexander Greenwich, the middle linebacker. He stopped him pretty good, which hasn't been easy today.
3rd down and 2.
3rd and 2 for Alfred. They haven't had a lot of third downs today. Fuentes goes in motion. Johnson fakes a handoff. Big hole. Johnson's got the first down. Johnson to the 15, 16 or the 17. Right around the 17-yard line. A huge hole there on 3rd and 2, and Alfred gets another first down.
First down for Alfred at the...
Well, they're just getting beat in the trenches. They're running right at him. Engineers got to buckle down here. They'll find himself down 4 scores.
1st and 10, Alfred at the RPI 17. 17-0, Alfred leads. Johnson gives to Bright. Bright goes to the right side. This time he's cut down at the line of scrimmage.
Ball carried by Fuentes.
Look at the stats in this game. A key stat, you look for fumbles, look for interceptions, also tackles for loss. That's also a key stat. You're not going to see a whole lot for RPI today. I mean, that was one of the closest they've gotten. I think maybe 2 plays they've had tackles for losses on, and that was at the line of scrimmage.
Well, Bus made a nice tackle on that play. We need a couple of more stops here.
Second down and 10. Johnson fakes the handoff, throws, that's complete, wide open, first down, and that's a touchdown. Wide open to Bish. He runs it in for the TD. Alfred leads 23-0.
Tyler Johnson
Wide open.
to Brendan Bish.
They are just putting on a clinic in terms of grinding it out on the ground, and when they throw a pass, it's always effective.
Monk into 10-point.
Monk on to try the extra point. Bish is the holder who just scored the touchdown. Snap the spots down. The kick is up. It's good. 24-0. Alfred leads with 5:01 to go here in the first half.
Rensselaer 0.
We want to remind you once again, you're listening to Rensselaer Football on WRPI 91.5 Troy.
If you're RPI, what do you need to do? First, the offense has got to stay out there this time.
They got to score.
They at least have to stay out there to run out the half, because if you give Alfred the ball back, they could make this a 5-score game by the time the half comes.
That's right.
And bottom line, at this point, you're not coming back from a 5-score game. Not the way Alfred's playing.
Well, I think we got to start throwing the ball long once in a while. The offensive line's going to need some time for that. We may see another quarterback.
22. Delano Munoz.
We've done nothing in the first quarter and a half.
Kickoff. Ramsdale lets it go out of bounds.
Flag on the play.
Got a good hop this time. It goes out of bounds at the 3-yard line.
Was there a flag?
Yeah, that's for the out of bounds.
Oh.
Yeah. Alfred's defense, haven't gotten to that yet. The line up front, Charles Branwell, Zach Brinkley, Dave Carlani, and Toby Hale. The linebackers are A.J. Licata, Isaiah Moak, and Shaquille Muscadin. The cornerbacks are Wes Sanders and Jared Watkins, and the safeties are Liam Hobbins and Shaheim Wingate.
First and 10 for the Engineers.
Their linebackers are tackling well. The stats after the first quarter, Alfred had 9 rushes, RPI 3. Alfred had 64 passing yards, RPI had 14.
Engineers first and 10 at their own 35. On first down, Trimpert looks to throw, pulls it back, and now he's sacked at the 34.
You can't get a pass off.
34-yard line.
Miller on the tackle for Alfred.
Toby Hale.
They're going to call Hale?
Yeah.
11.
Yeah, it was Hale. Replay came in handy. Second down and 11 for RPI. This is a running play, turning it upfield 35 to the 40, and stopped at the 44 was Esposito.
Tackled by 40, Andy Miller. And
Miller in on the tackle for
Jared Watkins.
Alfred.
It's a gain of 10 on the play. Third down and 1.
Third and 1 for RPI. We've got 4:05 to go here in the first half. 24-0, Alfred leads. Trimpert out of the shotgun. And they're not going to get the first down. Not going to get it. Handoff to Tavinis, and he stopped short. He needed to make the 45, and he stopped in between the 43 and the 44.
They got to go for this.
Fourth and 1.
So it's 4th and 1 for RPI. They'll keep the offense out there. Is this an attempt to draw Alfred off sides? 20 seconds left on the play clock. Trimpert's out of the shotgun. Wide out each side, slot back each side. They'll snap the ball, hand off, and that should be a first down.
Yes, it is.
Across the 45 to the 46, and RPI moves the chains and keeps possession as the first half is winding down. Tavinis on the carry for RPI.
Number 43 Mike Cadigan in on the tackle. And number 70 for the Engineers did a nice job blocking on that play. Scott Black.
Trimper, play action, puts the ball up, and it's caught at the first down marker, almost intercepted. Esposito got it at the first down marker. It was not a beautifully thrown pass, and the defender jumped to try to get it and couldn't get to it.
Well, he was off balance. He threw it on 1 foot. They're not giving him much time back there to throw.
Ball at the 44, 1st and 10 RPI. They trail 24-0, 2:40 to go in the first half. Trimper takes a snap, throw, and that's batted away and incomplete.
Trimper's pass is deflected and falls incomplete.
That stops the clock with 2:37 to go in the half.
2nd and 10.
Second down and 10 from the 44. RPI looks to the sidelines. Basically, they go to the line, look like they're going to snap the ball, and then everybody backs away and they look to the sideline. We're seeing a lot of that today. The clock's not running, the game clock's not running, so they're not taking time off the clock at this point. Trimper takes a snap, puts the ball in the air, and he overthrows. That's Calabro, the intended receiver on the far sideline, overthrows him. It'll be 3rd down and 10.
Number 9, Danny Calabro. 3rd down and 10.
Well, at least they're trying to get the passing game going.
Third and 10 from the 44. Three wideouts to the right, one receiver alone to the left. RPI set. Esposito goes into the backfield, takes the ball, and he's stopped for a loss of about 3 yards.
Yeah, he got run down by number 40, Andy Miller. He caught it from behind. He came from the left side of the line. He caught him over on the right side before he took a step forward.
And 36, Jaden
RPI punting again.
Razik kicks the ball away, end over end, bounces, and it'll die around the 15-yard line. RPI kills it at the 15. There's 1:48 left to go here, first half. Alfred leads 24-0.
1st and 10.
Yeah, this has not been a good first half for the Engineers at all. A.J. Licata has had a number of tackles today for Alfred. Brian Hayes and Sean Egan have the same for RPI.
Alfred 1st and 10 at the 15. Their worst field position for a start of a drive today. They've scored in their 4 previous drives. 85 yards to go in this one. Bright on the handoff. Bright straight up ahead to the 20, gets out to the 24. There was an announcement earlier in the half about Alfred's timeouts. Apparently they're back up to 3. When the clock stopped at one point, that didn't count as a timeout. I don't know why. So they have 3 timeouts according to the scoreboard and what the referee said. 1:20 to go in the first half. Alfred 2nd and 1 at the 24. Johnson pump fakes left, throws right. Bright's got it. Bright going towards the sidelines, and he's out at about the 31.
Knocked out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Closer to the 32, so it'll be a first down for Alfred.
Alfred just keeps grinding it out.
It's a first down for Alfred.
Stay on the ground for a couple of plays. Throw a mid-sized pass usually. Get the first down and do it all over again.
1st and 10, Alfred at the 32. They need to fix the scoreboard. It's wrong. Johnson takes a snap, looking along the sidelines, and it's incomplete. That was overthrown, one of the few overthrows today. Bish, the intended receiver on that one, it was beyond him.
2nd down and 10.
I think Bus on a good effort there. He's Stayed right with the receiver.
Alfred taking their time getting back to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped on the incomplete pass. 1:05 to go first half. Alfred leads RPI 24-0. Saxons getting their final substitution, and Etienne had to get back to the line. Johnson puts the ball up in the air, and that is incomplete. It was in the hands of Bish, and then it looks like it was Egan who got a hand in there, knocked it away, and it's incomplete. Goes to 3rd and 10 for Alfred, which may be one of the longest third downs they've had today.
Egan was with Ryan Bust both there, but Egan actually broke it up. Egan had 6 tackles last week and an interception for a 15-yard touchdown that kind of turned the game back again in RPI's favor.
So Alfred looking at 3rd and 10. This is their 5th possession. They've scored on the previous 4. RPI looking to at least stop them before the half. 3rd and 10 at the 32. Johnson, plenty of time. Over the middle, that's caught, complete. That'll be a first down out to the 46. Friggin on the reception for Alfred.
They've had receivers open on every play. None of them are the long ones. Just the flat passes and over the middle. But the routes they're running, they're open.
Johnson, 1st and 10, puts this one into the flat. Bright gets it, escapes one tackle to the 50. Bright brought down, spun ahead to the 46. Alfred's going to call a timeout now with 38 seconds to go.
Yeah, we missed it. I didn't see who it was, but we missed a big tackle about 8 yards before that.
Yeah, there was some poor tackling on that play. So Alfred's at the 46-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 2 with 38 seconds left. Alfred still with 2 timeouts in this half. Just a reminder, it's that time to tell you, you are listening to WRPI Troy with Engineer Football from the East Campus Stadium in Troy, New York. Kurt Stupp, Bob Conway on the call for you today. Again, 38 seconds left first half. Alfred with the ball. They lead 24-0 over RPI.
Greenwich once again was the tackler for RPI. He's been pretty solid today. He's been all over the field. But I can definitely see the loss of Malik Joseph up front. They're running that front pretty much at will. And that quarterback keeper play, whatever fake he's making, it turns around and goes towards the line. You could drive a truck through every time.
2nd and 2 for Alfred at the 46. Johnson looks to throw, doesn't see anything, starts running. He's got a first down. Johnson's got room. 40, 35. Johnson slides at the 30. Okay, they'll say he slid at the 31. That'll be a first down. Clock stops while they move the chains. 30 seconds left in the half. Clock is now started as the ball is set.
Every time you give him any room.
And we get a timeout from Alfred. Oh, no, false start against Alfred.
False start. Number 8 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. And play the down.
23 seconds left to go. We once again remind you you're listening to Rensselaer Football on WRPI 91.5 Troy. Alfred leads it 24-0.
Alfred's going to take it. Yeah, Alfred has to take a timeout.
Well, let's just hope this is a tale of 2 halves.
Okay, so what happened here, let us explain, is under 1 minute to go, the clock was running, the offense took a penalty, that's an automatic 10-second runoff unless you take a timeout. So the penalty still counts, but the clock can stop at 23 seconds because Alfred burns their second timeout.
Now, I don't recall us the last few years being in the locker room this far down, but we've been down by a couple scores, and they've come out, made the adjustments, and somehow got back in the game and ended up winning it.
Who do we have for halftime, Bob?
For halftime, I have a gentleman sitting next to me. That is and his lovely wife, who's our new athletic director. Not really new anymore. He's a couple of years here now. But Dr. McElroy, Dr. Lee McElroy will be with us at halftime, and you'll get to know a little bit about him and his background and his ideas for RPI athletics.
1st and 15. Johnson throws complete over the middle. That stopped at the 32. Etienne, and they'll call timeout. That's their last timeout of the half. So Alfred now has 16 seconds left. So what can you do with 16 seconds here?
Throw a long pass.
Well, you could go end zone, or you can think sideline for a field goal. Get yourself more into field goal range. Right now it would be a 49-yarder. I think that's out of Monk's range. I'm not sure you have time to run 3 plays. And you certainly have to stop the clock after every play.
You got to get a rush on that quarterback. He is the key.
The problem is he's both runner and passer, and he's more than willing to take off.
Yeah, and the coach said that in the interview with me. He's a multiple
threat.
Yes, he runs very well, and we've seen how he's passed. He throws the flat passes mostly, or what I would call the middle passes, down the middle or over to the side, either side.
2nd and 11 for Alfred at the RPI 32. 16 seconds left in the first half. Alfred leads 24-0. Johnson is going through a huge chunk. He's going to get it down to the 5-yard line, and that's a completion. Alfred's got 10 seconds on the clock. That was complete to Phrygian. Alfred can run up, or they're going to spike the ball to get the field goal unit out there. They've got the first down marker, and they're going to spike the ball with 9 seconds to go. You know what? Here's where Alfred won in that circumstance, because they had to mark the ball.
Yes.
And the guy with the marker had to run down there, and he was the reason why they couldn't start the clock sooner. So Alfred now has 9 seconds. Instead of some circumstances that he'd been there faster, that clock may have started before Alfred could have gotten to the line. Instead, they were ready to go. They only lost 1 second spiking the ball. Now they can run another play, and then, if it's an incomplete pass, go for a field goal.
We set the play clock to 25 seconds. And wind it on my whistle,
Okay, 25 seconds on the play clock. 9 seconds to go in the half. Alfred has it 2nd and goal from the 6. They're going to run a play. So you got to be thinking end zone here, and if it doesn't work, then you send the field goal unit out to get some more points.
Watch that quarterback keeper.
Johnson throws, end zone, almost intercepted, and it's incomplete. Intended for Bish, and getting in the way was Egan. There's 5 seconds to go, and the field goal unit comes out.
Egan has been very good. There's another nice swat down by Egan. Last 2 weeks he's been terrific. Egan's a transfer, but he's a local boy from Shaker High School.
Please set the play clock to 40 seconds. That should be running on an incomplete pass.
Okay, so they have to reset the play clock. This is going to be a 23-yard attempt by Monk. Ball's near the left hash. He's a right-footed kicker. Snap spot. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Time expires here in Troy. Alfred kicks a 23-yard field goal to end the half, and RPI goes in the locker room trailing 27-0.
Well, it has not been a good half on either side of the ball for the Engineers so far. This is not a team that quits. We'll see what happens in the second half, but I think Alfred's game plan offensively has been spectacular. It's nothing fancy. It's grind it out on the ground and throw short passes. Once in a while, a middle range pass, and keep getting first downs and eventually bringing in the end zone. Taking time off the clock. As a result, it's 27-0. On the other hand, RPI's defense, unlike I have seen them, I haven't seen them like this. I don't know if I ever saw them in the last 4 years. They're just not stopping them at all. and the offense has been lethargic.
Direct your attention to midfield.
Well, we're going to take a break, reconfigure, and then we'll have Dr. McElroy in here for halftime. So the score here after one half of play, it is Alfred 27, RPI nothing. And you're listening to live coverage of Engineer Football on 91.5 FM, WRPI Troy.
Honestly, that one.
The difference in the, I think it's like premium. Pay it.
Jonesy. Break.
Go!
once more here from the East Campus Stadium on the campus of Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute in Troy, New York, where we are nearing the start of the second half of action between the RPI Engineers and the Alfred Saxons in some non-conference football action today. For your Engineer fans out there, not a good day. It's Alfred 27, RPI nothing at the half. We'd like to thank the Rensselaer Union. They provide the funding for WRPI and all the club-related activity of the Institute, and that includes WRPI's coverage of Engineer football, hockey, and baseball. Also, WRPI is on the World Wide Web. Point your browser to wrpi.org, and you can pick up our broadcast 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. As long as we're sending something out over the ether of the air, we'll provide it for you on that feed. Again, that is wrpi.org. 27-0. That's the scoreboard. Alfred 5 possessions, 5 scores. RPI 4 possessions, no scores. It's not been a happy day for RPI fans. Alfred going right to left. They're kicking off to start out this second half of play. Ramsdale takes it at the 5-yard line, to the 10, to the 15. Ramsdale gets hit at first at the 18, breaks free from that, 25 to the 30, and then goes in a somersault around the 35-yard line. He'll be down at the 32. RPI starts out the second half there.
He actually tripped. did a somersault, like you said. Those first half, I'm not going to read them all because
it's depressing.
They're not happy, but I'll start with one. First downs, Alfred 27, RPI none.
No, that's score. That's the score.
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah. The rushing yardage, 25 rushes for 158. We had 20 for 72.
RPI first and 10 at their own 32. Second half underway. Alfred 27-0. Engineers to Vinnis on first down. It's one of the better gains for RPI today, just beyond the 38-yard line.
Number 15, A.J. Licata. Once again, he's been in on a lot of tackles. In fact, if I look here, he had 5 before this one in the first half. Total offense, 44 plays for 337 yards. RPI 24 for 96.
Second down and 3 for the Engineers. Straight ahead on the handoff. That won't be a first down. Only gets him to the 41. To Vinnis getting to the 41-yard line. It'll be third down and 1, RPI.
Number 45, Isaiah Moak, a linebacker from Averill Park. Local boy on the tackle on that play. Time of possession, 18:31 Alfred, 11:29 RPI. So this grinding it out type football.
Third and 1, RPI at their own 41. Ramsdale goes in motion. They fake the handoff to him. Instead, it goes to the other back man, and that's going to make it out to the 43-yard line. Vinnis makes it out to the 43. RPI gets a first down. The first down stats in the first half were 20 for Alfred, 5 for RPI.
That's right.
And the first down for the Engineers at their own 43-yard line.
First and 10 RPI at their own 43. 13:25 to go, third quarter. Alfred leads 27-0.
Tackled by Shai Wingate on that last play.
Only the 5th possession for RPI today. Last week they had 16 possessions through the course of the game. Handoff only gets about a yard. The linebackers came up, closed the hole, and just pushed Wells back.
Isaiah Moak once again. First guy there in the tackle for the Saxons. Passing, Tyler Johnson was 14 for 19 in the first half. Eddie Trimpert was 2 for 4. Ackerman had 1 catch and Esposito another for 14 and 10 yards respectively.
Second down and about 9. Play action. Trimpert doesn't see anything downfield. Under pressure, dishes it off to Ramsdale. Did he catch it or not? I can't tell from this angle. There's a flag on the play on the far side. Ramsdale, they're going to say he caught it at the 49, but I think this is holding against RPI. Nope, ineligible receiver downfield. The second time RPI has been called for that today. You don't see that often.
No.
So that wipes out the completion. It'll be second and about 14 instead of third and 4.
We haven't seen that hardly at all in the last couple of years.
No, you don't see it that often, but it happens.
39-yard line. Second down.
RPI back to their 39 for a 2nd and 14.
Well, in that first half, Johnson, the quarterback, led the rushing. He was 10 for 84 yards and 7.8 average.
The net was 78, for those of you doing the math. Second and 14. This is going to be a pitch into the backfield. Costello trying to make a move, and that does not work.
No, it did.
He was trying to make a move on Watkins, and Watkins just waited. He just kept waiting and waiting and waiting, and finally Costello had to do something and went into Watkins. Also a flag on the play afterwards.
Andy Miller and Zach Brinkley, two guys there for the Saxons. There is a flag on the play. I think it's against Alfred.
Red ball. Unsportsmanlike. Number 91 on the defense. 15-yard penalty.
91 on defense is Toby Hale.
He gets called for an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, and that gives RPI a first down around the Alfred 46. Actually, if he, depending on where he ended up being tackled, it's 15 yards, and it was 2nd and 14.
Alfred 46-yard.
Yep, they're going to put it at the 46. So he was tackled 1 yard behind the line of scrimmage. It would have been a loss of 1, but now with the 15 yards, RPI gets the automatic first down. They would have had the yards with the 15 yards anyway, so it doesn't matter. First and 10 RPI at the Alfred 46. 11:45 to go here, third quarter. RPI trails 27-0. Wells straight ahead, breaks through a hole, tripped up by the ankles by Wingate. Does get a first down, though, at the 35.
Yeah, Shaheem Wingate just got him. Kurt was accurate right by the ankles.
First and 10 RPI.
Engineers first and 10 at the Alfred 35, down by 27. This is the first possession of the second half. Trimpert hands off on first down to Cella, and that's stopped after maybe half a yard.
Number 52 is the first guy there for the Saxons. That's Charles Brandwell, defensive lineman from Brooklyn, New York. RPI's actually had a good drive on this first series. Boy, they wait a long time getting plays from the bench.
They made it to the 40-yard line on their first series of downs. After that, they were stopped on their own side of the field, but I believe in one of the first possessions of the first half, another one, they did cross over and then got pushed back. Second down and about 10. Trimpert under pressure, and he's down at the 39.
Number 15, A.J. Licata, whose name I mentioned quite a bit today. He's a linebacker. He's a good one. He's there to throw in for a loss. He got the quarterback from behind. Never saw him coming. He's a 200-pounder from Lakeview, New York.
Third down and 14 at the 39-yard line for RPI. Trimpert out of the shotgun. Alfred crossed, and we're going to end this play. Is that a false start? Usually if Alfred crossed and there nobody touched, they would let the play go. Trimpert's over there talking about what happened here. I didn't see anybody from RPI move. And it looks like somebody did.
Red ball. Offside. Number 40 on the defense.
Okay.
Offsides on the defense.
They're calling the defense here. Trimpert's anger is not because of...
It's because they didn't let the play go.
They didn't let the play go. That's what his anger is. That nobody touched for Alfred. They should have let the play go. And that's what he's angry about. So it's not against RPI. It's against Alfred. It's not a first down. It'll be 3rd and 9 now, as the ball goes to the 34-yard line.
Offside penalty against Alfred moves the ball back to the 34-yard line. It's 3rd down and 9.
So 3rd and 9.
They got to give him some time back there.
Trimpert in the slant pattern is caught complete to the 30 to Ramsdale, but it's short of a first down. That's 5 yards short.
30-yard line.
Nice tackle by number 40.
Licata.
Miller.
Andy Miller.
RPI going forward on 4th and 5. You're down 4 scores and you are only in your 5th possession of the day. You need to go for it here. 4 wide out formation for Trimper. Thinking Cello's in the backfield, he's in the backfield. Trimper's got pressure coming from behind him, puts the ball up in the air, end zone, and Ramsdell has it for the touchdown.
Nice play. And they needed that badly on that series. Trimper looks, we're chasing him again as usual. He looks up.
Number 18, Johnny Ramsdell.
Ramsdell runs a very good route. Ramsdell is very, very fast.
Cap out to kick for RPI. Cap has not appeared on the field since he kicked off to start the game. Snap, spot. The extra point attempt is up and good. So Cap's kick makes the score Alfred 27, RPI 7 with 9:15 to go here in the third quarter.
Let's see if they show Ramsdell. There it is, yeah.
5-2-2.
You notice he beat both of those guys by quite a bit in the end zone. He's probably 4 yards, 5 yards ahead of both of them.
Very similar play to what they were running on the play where it got stopped because of the penalty.
Yes.
RPI finds the scoreboard now. Can RPI stop Alfred's offense, which has scored on all 5 of its possessions today? That's the key, because if the defense can't stop Alfred, that's all she wrote.
Come out on the first series and did a good job. Let's see what the D can do. I stick by what I said earlier. This team does not quit. I don't know if they got enough time to catch it all up, but I'm sure they're going to give it the best they got.
Well, the problem is that Alfred's likes to chew clock up on their possessions.
Oh yeah, they just grind it out.
They're chewing clock up today.
They ran a very smart offense against our defense. They worked on it, obviously. It just nothing fancy in the whole thing.
Short kick, and it's taken by RPI. Bad play by the Saxons. RPI's got it at the 32. That popped up in the air, bounced around the 35. The Alfred player was hoping it would go out of bounds. You can't do that. You have to grab the ball. You can't hope it goes out of bounds. It's a live ball. You have to grab it, and RPI ran in and took it. So RPI gets it. It's not really an onside kick. It was a short kick, and RPI's got it at the Alfred 32. That is a brain mistake on the side of Alfred. The player, I didn't catch who it was.
Nice catch.
38 for Alfred is the guilty party. That's Merlin Thomas. That's a huge mental mistake there. You have got to grab the ball. It's not a punt. It's a kickoff. You have got to take that ball and get possession of it. So RPI has it at the 32 of Alfred.
Was that Luke Watanabe?
Trimper going along the sidelines, and that's incomplete. Flag on the play. We're going to get pass interference against the Saxons.
All right. Engineers, they just look better. They just look and feel more confident, you know?
It'll be a 15-yard penalty, so the ball goes to the 17 on the pass interference call.
If they can get a score out of this, 2 quick scores is what they really needed.
Tavinis on first down with the carry. He kind of ran past a pile, and I think somebody just got barely an arm on him, and he stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, once again, Miller.
Corloni, one of the two.
They were both there.
Yeah, one of them got something on him and stopped him. It was difficult to see as everybody was moshed together. So no gain on the first down there. RPI trailing 27-7 here with 8:45 to go in the third quarter. Second down and 10, balls at the 17 of Alfred. Trimper to Tavinis. Tavinis finds a big hole to the 5. Tavinis in for the touchdown.
Fantastic. What a job by the offensive line, opening that up, and RPI is on the board again. Tavinis, he's just he's like a little steamroller. He's fast and he gets his head down. He's tough to bring down.
Cap on to try the extra point. Reedy is the holder for RPI. Snap the spot, kick is up, and the kick is good. 27-14, Alfred leads third quarter. The Alfred offense not on the field yet this half. As RPI got the short kick, they recovered the short kick. And, you have to credit Alfred on the flip side for making a mental mistake.
No question.
Worst case scenario, you just try to grab it and knock it out of bounds. Pretend like you're getting it and hit it out of bounds. You just don't let it bounce.
But RPI special teams took advantage of it. They really did. They've been playing well all year, the special teams. We once again want to remind you that you're listening to Rensselaer Football on WRPI 91.5 Troy. We have 8 minutes and 29 seconds to go in the third quarter. Alfred leads it 27-14 after having led it 27-0 at halftime.
The kick return team for Alfred probably a lot more aware of what they have to do this time. Okay, that was Thomas out there last time who didn't do the job correctly, and I don't see him out there this time. And the ball goes out of bounds this time.
The 1 yard line.
It's a 1 yard line that goes out of bounds. That was Fuentes who let it roll in front of him and go out of bounds.
Why did he let that roll?
Well, actually, he's nobody's near him. So if it stays in the field, it goes to the end zone, then he can just down it in the end zone. There's almost no chance. There's a slim chance that the ball would end up between the 1 and the goal line, and then he just picks it up. So he
just guessed wrong.
It was a low risk situation for him.
Yeah.
He could let that one go out of bounds and take it at the 35. The other one was a high risk, obviously high risk, and Thomas didn't reappear on the kick return team this time. I think for obvious reasons. So 1st and 10, Alfred at the 35. Offense out there for the 6th time today. They were 5 for 5. Scored in all 5 possessions.
Can they stop Johnson?
That's going to be the question now. RPI were 2 scorers to start out the second half, but they need to stop Alfred. On 1st down, they will get a stop here. Bright straight into the line, and that's a loss of 2.
21, Casey Bright nailed right away.
Stop short of the line of scrimmage.
21, without their penalty came up for the play, so that's the lead for one play. Please set the play clock at 25 seconds.
Tackled by number 41.
Okay, somebody lost a helmet, so they have to. That was what the referee was talking about. Brian Finn. Somebody lost the helmet, so they have to sit out for one play.
Joe Gotti, by the way, was the man on that hit for a loss.
I think that was the 2nd tackle for loss RPI's had today. 2nd and 12 for Alfred from the 33. 27-14, Saxons lead third quarter. Johnson rolls left, throws. That's complete to the 40, and getting a few yards afterwards to the 41 is Bish. Makes it 3rd and 4 for Alfred.
Number 48, Hayes on the tackle.
Third and 4 at the Alfred 41-yard line.
3rd down and 4 for Alfred. Johnson out of the shotgun, 3 wide receiver formation. He's looking left, sees nothing, looking right now, over the middle, overthrows Paglia. Paglia was open, he overthrew him. 4th down, and the first time today the Saxons send out the punt team.
And he was wide open.
That was Johnson's going to the sideline and saying to himself, I had a 1st down there if I had put that on target.
Yeah, the defenders, it seems like they're zoning almost, you know? And just they're giving them more room underneath. And that's how they've been picking it up. couple yards running and the underneath pass or the flat pass on the sideline.
Monk out to punt, gets the kick away, taken at the 22-yard line, and to the 30, 35, to the 40, 45, 50, and into some free room here to the 35, to the 30, to the 25, 20, and finally take it down to the 22 on that punt return with Davies. Connor Davies gets RPI in great field position. He'll be down at the 16, actually, by the time this is all said and done.
What did that ref throw down there? He picked it up just now.
Oh, they throw, I forget what it's called.
It's metal?
No, it's, I forget what they call it. It's when somebody runs out of bounds on the punt. If one of the people on the outside run out of bounds, they mark where they stepped out of bounds.
I never saw that before.
Yes. It's like for an ineligible receiver, sometimes they throw the hat.
Okay.
So RPI has it at the 16-yard line. 7:11 to go here, third quarter. RPI down by 13. First and 10 at the 16-yard line. The run goes left, and Esposito gets to about the 13.
I think number 1 was the first guy there, Shaquille Muscat. He's been a tough player today. A linebacker, 6'2", 205. Mosey, New York, Ramapo High School.
Okay, so we have 6:40 to go, third quarter. RPI down by 13. They have 2nd and 7 at the Saxon 13-yard line. The give is to Wells, straight ahead, and he stopped around the 9. Some tough yards there. It'll be a third down situation for RPI, third and about 3.
A.J. Licata once again. And Miller, number 40. Licata and Miller. Seen a lot of those two names today.
Third and 3 RPI. Ball at the Alfred 9. Obviously need to get to the 6. Handoff goes to Wells. He won't make it. He stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Oh, this will be interesting.
And it's 4th down. Yep, 4th down and 3 for RPI, and they'll send Cap out. You want to get some points here. You want to go 3 for 3 on your possessions to start out the third quarter. So you send Cap out to get the 3 points instead of taking a risk. I'm okay with this one.
Yeah, I am too. 7 would have been nicer, but
Reedy on the hold on the far hash mark. Snap the spot. The kick is up, and Cap is good. So we have 5:13 to go, third quarter. RPI's pulled to within 10. It is now Alfred 27, RPI 17.
Cap drilled that, didn't he? Wow. He has gotten so, his foot has gotten so stronger. You can see how hard he worked over the summer. He's missed one attempt in the first 2 weeks, and that was a 33-yard field goal that hit the uprights. He had a 40-some-yard field goal before that. You remember the exact yardage on the first?
47.
47-yarder.
It was 47 last week.
And missed a 33 at the upright. Had all PATs that day and 2 PATs and a field goal today. He's certainly done well.
Christian Cap to kick off for the Engineers. And 20 Fuentes. And 36 Cavidi back feet.
Cap getting ready to kick the ball away again. So RPI, 7 possessions, 3 scores. Alfred, 6 possessions, 5 scores. Those numbers look much better from RPI's point of view than they did coming into this half.
That's right. Cap, by the way, is only a junior.
Cap kicks it away. Taken at about the 12-yard line by Fuentes. Fuentes straight ahead, got some room, got some 3, spins around, he's to the 50, to the 45, tackled from behind. That's a nice return by Fuentes as he's inside the RPI 40. He's at the 39-yard line, so.
That was a great play by Fuentes, and it was almost all Fuentes. He broke outside and just went.
Alfred still with a 2-score lead here, in good position to try to make this 3, as they've got it at the 39-yard line. Only stopped on one offensive possession. That was the punt on the last drive, which was returned by Connor Davies to the Alfred 16.
Yeah, both our kicker and our punter are juniors.
First and 10, Alfred at the 39-yard line. Johnson fakes the handoff. He tries to take it himself. He does take it himself straight ahead, backing up, pushing backwards, and he stopped at the 35. That's a gain of 4.
That kid's pretty strong. He had 4 guys on him. And I think the primary guy on
Gain
him
of 5, 7
was
down
Alex
and
Greenwich.
5.
That was 3 or 4 other guys, but Greenwich was the first guy.
Second and 5. Yep, second and 5. He got it to the 34, or pardon me, yeah, the 34-yard line. Second and 5 for Alfred. Again, the Saxons are up by 10 here in the third quarter. Give us to Bright. Bright gets caught in the backfield, and he's stopped by Bennett.
Number 76, Tom Bennett, nailed him. 74, I mean. Rohan, Cherry, and Ash was there too.
Loss of
Loss of about 1, they'll call it, as he stopped at the 35.
1 on the play.
Third and 6, Alfred at the RPI 35-yard line.
Okay, big one for the defense again.
Johnson is looking downfield to throw, and almost intercepted. It was in the hands of Dorsey, and he couldn't hold on to it around the 30-yard line. It falls incomplete. If I'm Alfred, I go for it here. Keep the offense out there and go for it. Looks like that's what the Saxons will do.
They got wideouts both sides.
Johnson's got Bright in the backfield to his left.
Watch Johnson
Johnson's
run
going to throw, and it's caught complete.
I don't think he's got a first
and
down.
it may be a first down.
Inside the 30-yard line.
Oh.
First down for Alfred. At the RPI 28.
First down for the Saxons at the 28-yard line.
That was barely a first down.
Yep. 3:05 to go here in the third quarter. 27-17, Alfred leads. They go in motion. Johnson keeps it himself, runs off the right side of his line. Johnson's out to the 22.
To about the 21-yard line.
I don't understand why they can't stop that
By
play
Greenwich.
unless there's some dominance.
Well, RPI's keeping Alfred on, or Alfred's keeping RPI honest. The pass threat's there. If they put too many people on the line, they're going on. Johnson's passing the ball.
It's not even how many people they put on the line. It's the ones that are there can't stop them.
Johnson looks to the sidelines on 2nd and 4. This time, they're stacked heavily to the right this time. 2 backs on the left. Now they're going motion to the left. This play's going to go left. Johnson's got it. Big hole. Johnson with a first down as he makes it to the 14.
That's ridiculous. He either hands it off or he doesn't.
Greenwich.
You don't give him a hole.
First and 10, Alfred. At the RPI 14-yard line.
RPI.
You got linebackers supposed to fill those holes as well.
First and 10, Alfred at the 14.
RPID needs a play.
Down to 1:45 to go, third quarter. Alfred chewing up clock here. They get a handoff, and that was Bright bouncing off one guy, and he's going to get pushed back, and RPI Bright's not happy, and RPI was kind of close there. The whistle blew, and then he got thrown around well after that. I think Bright was unhappy with that. His forward progress is going to be a loss of about 1. 2nd and 11.
Who's that, Bus? I think it was Bus.
Yeah, I think the coaches had a few words to say to the officials on that one. Minute to go, third quarter. 2nd down and 11 for Alfred. Ball at the 15. Alfred up by 10. Whoa, and we've got a whistle as there was a bad snap. Alfred called a timeout before the play happened.
If you'd like to take a luxury cruise without flying, Andy Trails World Travelers with all the cruise lines out of New York and New Jersey.
I do not understand that timeout. Snap.
More information, call 286-2400.
This is big downs for the defense. They can stop them here and get them to a minimum of scoring. They got an outside chance of still getting it back in this game.
Alfred shoot up over 4 minutes of, over 4 minutes of time right now.
Yeah, that's their thing.
Only their second possession of this half. Saxons come back out. They're down to 2 timeouts in the second half. They actually we thought they took a timeout just prior to the end of the first quarter, but that did not actually happen. And during halftime, I checked around to see why, and other people did not hear the referee's explanation either because the PA was going on at the same time. So nobody's exactly sure what the situation was there. 2nd down and 11 for Alfred from the RPI 15. Johnson rolls right. Fakes putting the ball up in the air. Now in the flat to the left. That's complete, and it's going to be a loss of about 3 yards. They had no place to go.
Excellent job. Number 51 for RPI did a nice job on that play.
Plus is 3 on the play. It's 3rd and 14.
So 3rd and 14 now for Alfred. Ball's at the RPI 18. Johnson's got 2 wideouts left, 1 right. Drops straight back. He's going to go towards the right this time, and it's incomplete. Good coverage over there on the G.
Very good coverage.
There was really no chance for Etienne to get to that ball. Alfred's going to send out the kicking team.
I believe that's Bus over there. Bus done a nice job defending that play. Be nice if RPI could block this one.
Monk to try a 35-yard field goal from the left hash. Snap, spots down, the kick is up, and it is it is good, it is good. I got a bad angle, I should just wait for them to say it. It is good, so 30-17, Alfred leads with 13 seconds left here in the third quarter. That was a 5-minute drive for the Saxons.
Okay, the offense has got to come out there once again. Score quickly.
Remember, after the game, take your gate ticket to Subway in Detroit Plaza. Receive 10% off your order. Subway, located just down the hill in Detroit Plaza.
This is not going to be a lot of possessions today. Last week, RPI had, I think, 16 possessions. Norwich had 18 in that game.
Yeah.
RPI, this will be their 8th if they get it, and Alfred's had 7. This is not going to be a high possession game. They need to count.
Camano Munoz and 18 Johnny Ransdell back deep. Number 1 will pick it off for Alfred.
Monk kicks the ball away. taken at about the 2-yard line. To the 10, 15, 20, hold 25, and just making it to the 30-yard line is Munoz Watts.
Number 39, it's Chris Vazella and Watkins on the tackle.
You are listening to WRPI Troy with Engineer Football from not 86 Field, the East Campus Stadium. I can't believe I just called this 86 Field. Cursed up Bob Conway on the call for you. I do have very fond memories of 86 Field, the real stuff for starters. 1st and 10, RPI to 35-yard line, and this is going to be a pickup of 3 as the quarter expires. That was Costello on the carry for RPI. Third quarter's in the books. It is Alfred 30, RPI 17.
Number 48, Jeffrey Klausner, one of the 2 guys there for the Saxons. So we begin the third quarter with a score, the fourth quarter with a score of Alfred 30, RPI 17. And once again, we remind you you're listening to WRPI Football 91.5 Troy.
See if we can pick you up some scores from around the Liberty League. Last night it was WPI wrecking Worcester State. The Battle of Worcester was not close.
How bad was it?
I'm looking it up right now. 41-7, WPI over Worcester State. About ready to start quarter number 4 here. It's RPI right to left, Alfred left to right across your radio dial. Engineer 2nd and 7 at the 38-yard line. Trimper back to throw, puts it up in the air, and there was a miscue on the routes there. Receiver cut in. Trimper thought he was going outside.
Second down and
That's going to make it 3rd and 7 for RPI. The only out-of-town score I have for you right now, Hobart leads Endicott in the 3rd, 14-6. Over at Schenectady, they don't start till 4 o'clock. That's Westcon against Union. It's a 4 o'clock start. I didn't know that. People could make this game and that game if they wish to. Engineers on a 3rd down and 7. Give the ball to Vinnis. He's got a first down. Escapes the tackle. 50-40 to the 35. Vinnis is out. And RPI's got a first down in Alfred territory.
Number 23 for Alfred, Shaheem Wingate, drove him out of bounds. Nice run. Very nice run. He's got to be gaining some yards at this point in the game.
1st and 10, RPI to 33-yard line. This time Ramsdell takes the ball, and he's stopped after a gain of 9. He stopped at the 24. 9 yards on that play for RPI, moving the ball. We're in the 4th quarter. 17 for RPI, but 30 for Alfred.
A.J. Licata once again on the stop. He's been all over the place.
Second and 1, RPI at the 24. Trimpert fakes the handoff to Wells. Looks to pass, doesn't have anything, decides to run with it. He's tripped up, but he gets the first down. He's to the 18-yard line, and RPI moves the chains.
Good decision that time. Guys were covered. Alfred still 6 for 6 in the red zone in scoring.
1st and 10 Engineers at the Alfred 19. 13 and a half to go, 4th quarter. Alfred 30, RPI 17. Trimper, we got a flag on the play? Yeah, flag comes out on the play as Costello takes the carry, and he stopped after a gain of 7.
Probably going to be on 60.
The flag came out pretty early on that run. Flags on both sides, actually. RPI is getting called for an illegal formation. I wish the replay would show us the formation. First and 15, RPI, ball back at the 24-yard line. Handoff, Ramsdale goes left, upfield, and stopped after a gain of 5. He gets to the 19.
Number 46, Liam Hobbins. And 45, Isaiah Moak. The tackle for Alfred. Engineers got to keep going here.
2nd and 9. Ball's on the 18. Wells on the carry. Gets a couple of yards, then gets bear hugged by Moak, pardon me, at the 16, and he's down, and RPI's got a 3rd and long.
Yeah, Muscadden and Moak. Both of them, Muscadden and Moak, on that tackle. 3rd down, big down here.
3rd and 7, balls at the 16-yard line for RPI. 2 receivers each side. You have Wells in the backfield next to Trimper. Trimper takes the snap, looks, throws, and it's overthrown beyond the reach of Calabro. Flag comes out. This was in the backfield, and Trimper looks happy about this.
Did he get roughed?
Yeah, they're going to say roughing the passer.
Yeah, I thought so.
So a personal foul, that's an automatic 1st down, half the distance to the goal.
Personal foul against Alfred.
Yep.
Inside the 10.
Ball goes to the 8-yard line. 1st and goal, RPI. 11:41 to go here, 4th quarter. RPI trailing by 13. Trimper hands off on 1st down. Ramsdale trying to find a hole, gets a little bit of one, and he stopped at the 5. Pickup of 3.
Tackles by number 25, Sabella, and 15, A.J. Latata once again.
Second down and goal for RPI from the 5-yard line. And the ball is loose, fumbled, and recovered by Alfred. Trimper had trouble with Tavinis on the handoff. They fumbled the ball, and Alfred recovers at the 8-yard line.
That's a tough mistake. You can't do that.
Yeah, they never really had that clean. Never had that clean. Looking at the replay right now. Put it in the chest, and Trimper let go, but it was not in the possession of Tavinis. So at the 8-yard line, RPI, their 2nd fumble of the day. Turn the ball over to Alfred, trailing by 13. Now Alfred's leading by 13 as they have it at their own 8-yard line.
That was a big hurt.
Johnson hands off on 1st down. There's a hole there for Bright. Bright keeps pushing, and he's got a 1st down. He makes it out to the 19-yard line. That'll be a 1st down for Alfred.
I'm telling you, they're running right up the middle all day. That's where Malik plays. That would not happen with him there, I guarantee you.
1st down for Alfred at their own 19-yard line.
First down for Alfred at the 19-yard line. Johnson on the handoff. Another hole for Bright. This time he gets about 6 to the 25. Now, this is where Alfred 5-6 minutes off the clock on the drive, and that's going to kill RPI's chances today.
Gain of 6 on the play, 2nd down and 4.
Number 23 for the Engineers.
25-yard.
On the tackle.
Under 10 to play now, fourth quarter, pardon me.
That's Sean Egan.
Alfred 30, RPI 17. Second down and 4 for the Saxons. They're going to run the play clock down to about 5 or 4 here before they snap the ball. Make it 3. Make it 4, actually. Handoff on second down. There's some room here for Bright. Gets to the outside, and he's got another first down. Cross the 30, pushed out around the 31. And that's a first down for the Saxons. Actually, the 32. So we got another yard beyond that.
God, that fumble killed them. They're just going to grind it out now, knock time off the clock.
Now it's just a matter of watching the play clock and the game clock, and Alfred will come to the line. Probably snap it with about 5 seconds to go. This is going to be a direct snap to Fuentes. Actually, he's going to take a little bit earlier. Fuentes tries to find the outside, can't on the left side, and he stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Bus on the tackle for the Engineers.
And 41, Joe Gotti. Gain of 1 on the play.
Ryan Bus, real steady ball player.
Second down and 9 at the 33. 8:45 to go in the fourth quarter. Johnson's back out there. He's got one back behind him. Fakes the handoff. Johnson rolls out to his right. Pass. That's complete. 40-yard line. Won't be a first down. About 2 yards short of a first down. Paglia on the reception. Clock still running. 8:10 to go in the second half.
3rd and 2.
Alfred has to get an 11th man out there. Well, they don't have to, but they'd like to. He gets out there. 5 seconds left on the play clock. Alfred snaps the ball. Johnson fakes a handoff, runs straight ahead. Johnson's got the first down. Keeps going, keeps going, keeps going. Takes a bunch of guys with him. Still going, and he's to the 41-yard line.
That's ridiculous.
He got hit around the 45, and he made it to the 41. He got about 14 yards while he was still being
Yeah, he had 6
tackled.
guys on him.
For the Saxons, clock starts up again as they mark the ball for a first down.
Well, they're just running up the middle anytime they want.
1st and 10 at the 42 for Alfred. Over halfway through the fourth quarter, Alfred leads 30-17 over RPI.
Dorsey had him stopped initially. He just pulled away from him.
1 second left on the play clock. They snap the ball. Bright with the carry, dashes and darts, finds some holes, finds some room, and he's to the 35. That's a gain of 7.
21 Bright on the carry to the 35-yard line.
Time is, it's almost running time at this point. Because Alfred's keeping the ball, they're running the ball, they're keeping it in play, they keep the clock going. The only time it's stopping right now is for a first down, and that's briefly. So we're almost into running time in the fourth quarter. 30-17, Alfred leads. 2nd and 3 for them at the RPI 35. 6:35 to go in the fourth quarter. Johnson takes the snap, fakes the handoff, cuts inside. That's a first down for Johnson, and he's stopped near the 30. 6:20, clock stops on the movement of the chains. And now it's starting again.
First down for Alfred at the RPI 30-yard line.
By the time this ball is snapped, Alfred has burned off over 5 minutes on the drive.
Well, that's what they're going to do. Why not? We're not stopping them.
Receivers to the left for Johnson on 1st and 10. Bright straight ahead. Bright gets 5.
Right up the middle. Again.
Tackled by number 55. However, not
5-yard gain puts Alfred at a 2nd and 5 with 5.5 to go in the 4th quarter. Kaya on that tackle for RPI number 55. Not on the 2 deep, but that's okay. 2nd down and 5. Bright takes the carry, goes straight ahead, picks up 2. That's all he's got there. It'll be a 3rd down and 3 for Alfred with under 5 to go now in the 4th quarter.
Sherry Nash in on that tackle for the Engineers. Yeah, that fumble turned the whole game around.
3rd down and 3 for Alfred.
Engineers were having a good second half, but that fumble just killed them.
Fuentes goes into the slot on the left-hand side. Alfred, handoff to Bright. Bright caught behind the line of scrimmage. That's a loss of 2. Ball's back to the 25 for a 4th and 5 for Alfred. And RPI is stopping the clock with 4:17 to go in the 4th quarter. Okay, this drive is taking over 6.5 minutes.
will be 4th and about 5 for Alfred.
If you're Alfred, what do? This might be beyond Monk's range. And if it is, go for it. It's still a 2-score lead. RPI's down to 2 timeouts. I say you go for it.
Why not? What are they going to do, punt it?
Yeah, punting doesn't do much. I mean, if Monk could kick it, then I'd be like, yeah, go for it. It would be a 42-yarder if they tried, and I don't think he has the leg for 42 yards. In which case, go for it. Worst case scenario, RPI gets it around their own 20 to 25, someplace in there, unless something bizarre happens.
Just amazing how one play can turn a game, turn momentum around. Are we on the 8-yard line?
8-yard line, RPI fumbled the ball.
Gee.
St. Lawrence is leading Norwich 31-0 at the half.
Have we scored there?
Pulled it to within 1 score.
30 to 24.
They're actually going to put Monk out there to try this. Well, we'll see if I'm wrong.
Why not? You got nothing to lose.
Bish to hold. Monk with a 42-yard attempt from the right hash. He's a right-footed kicker. Snap, the spot, the kick is up, and the kick is good. I mean, that was not way high over the bar, but it is good. A 42-yarder by Monk, and Alfred leads 33-17.
Well,
RPI 17.
This makes it's still a 2-score game, but RPI would have to get 2 touchdowns and 2 2-point conversions. That is the 8th possession for Alfred today, and they've scored on 7 of 8. 4 of those are field goals, but still, they only failed to score on 1 possession, and that was their only punt of the game. You score on all but 1 possession of a football game, you got a really good shot of winning.
yeah, I'd say so. You'd have the ball a little bit, too.
Yeah, so RPI, 2 timeouts left, 4:12 to go in this game. Engineers down by 16. Some other out-of-town stuff. Catholic leads Rochester 21-14, start the 4th quarter.
RPI needs Ramsdell to take one all the way. Then get a good
High, short kick. Taken at the 33 by one of the RPI up men, and he's going to be stopped near the 40. So decent field position. They don't let the kickers return this one. and RPI's got it at the 40-yard line. 4:06 to go, fourth quarter. RPI down by 16. Elsewhere out of town, Hobart now has a 21-12 lead on Endicott. Most of these will not go final. I mean, the Hobart, Endicott, and Catholic Rochester games were the only ones that started at noon. St. John Fisher Springfield's a 2 o'clock start. Merchant Marine Coast Guard starts in about 6 minutes. And Western Connecticut at Union, that is a 4 o'clock start over in Schenectady. So we're going to be off the air before that happens. 4:06 to go. RPI first and 10 at the 40, and Trimpert is sacked back at the 37.
Sacked for a loss back to the 37-yard line.
The offensive line has got, you're in a critical part of the game. You can't let your quarterback get sacked.
3:45 to go. RPI with 2 timeouts left, down by 16. Second and 13. Trimpert batted away. Threw the ball, and it went about 18 inches away from him. It was batted away by Muscadin. Okay, maybe 2 feet. Just looking at the replay, it might have been more like 2 feet. It didn't get very far. That makes it a third down play for RPI, 3rd and 13 at their own 37.
Come on, guys.
Alfred, they're playing the time zone defense right now. Trimpert throws. That's complete to Ramsdale along the side. No, not Ramsdale. That's Ackerman along the sideline. He is out at the 45, and it makes it 4th and 5, and obviously RPI is going for it.
Brought down by number 11. Boy, it's
Watkins.
James Watkins. Jared Watkins.
4th down and 5. Trimpert throws over the middle. This will be a first down. They take out the umpire. That's an oops, but that happens. Ramsdale gets it as he hits the 50. He hits the umpire along with one of the Saxons. And he rolls to the 49 of Alfred. So RPI's got it 1st and 10 at the Alfred 49. 2:55 to go, fourth quarter. RPI trailing by 16.
A.J. Licata was once again in a tackle. He had 10 tackles coming into this quarter.
And pass incomplete as Trimpert threw it right away because he had pressure right in front of him. Muscadin was almost in his face when he threw that ball.
You got to protect your quarterback. He can't stand back there and just get nailed.
Clock stops at 2:45 to go. 2nd and 10 at the 49-yard line.
These guys won't quit, I know that. Keep going now.
Trimpert, handoff. That's Ramsdale cutting into the backfield. Ramsdale comes all the way across the field, and he's stopped at the 42.
15 and 16.
He'll go off the field as time continues to run down on RPI. 2:25 to go, fourth quarter.
A.J. Licata and Shamir Hayes on the tackle.
Ball's at the 42 for a 3rd and 3. RPI trailing by 16. Trimpert takes a snap, run for it. He's got the first down, 40. Trimpert to the 35, and he's stopped there. Right on the 35-yard line. Clock stops while they move the chains. 2:04 to go in the fourth quarter.
Shaquille Muscadin once again on the tackle. Engineers not showing any give up.
Under 2 to play. 1st and 10, RPI at the Alfred 35, down by 16. Trimpert puts it up, overthrows his intended receiver. That was Calabro. It's incomplete. 1:52 on the clock.
That's 4 overthrows today. Can't have that happen. They need to score here for themselves.
2nd and 10 at the 35 for RPI. 4 wideouts. Tavinis in the backfield. Trimpert, shotgun. Gets the snap, throws, and that's incomplete. It was through the hands of Reedy. It was not really on target. Reedy had to reach up high, and it went through his hands. And fortunately, goes out of bounds because the guy behind him, Watkins, may have had a chance at that. Third down and 10. Ball's at the 35-yard line. Alfred crosses, flags come out, and Trimpert again. RPI's not happy, but this time Alfred may have touched. Alfred's claiming RPI pulled him off sides, and the officials are talking about this. Checking the replay. I didn't see anybody from RPI move, but it's possible that Alfred touched.
Number 1.
That was Muscadin. He was on the left side of the defense near the line.
Offside penalty against Alfred. Who's called to the...
No, he was on the right side. Actually, there was a guy on the left side. That was Licata. Licata, pardon me. Yeah, one was also across.
Right.
They were both across. But 15, Licata may have touched on the other side. I don't think he did, but they may have thought he did. Third down and 5 for RPI. Trimpert throws incomplete. He was looking for Ramsdale along the sidelines, but it was out of his reach. 4th and 5, RPI at the Alfred 30. 1:44 to go here, fourth quarter. RPI trailing 33-17.
Well, this is it. They got to get a first down or a score here. Come on, boys.
4th and 5.
Down.
4 receivers over the middle. Ramsdale's got it. Not enough for a first down. Pushed back by Wingate, and RPI turns it over on downs with 1:40 to go. RPI does have 2 timeouts left. Alfred's got to get some yards here. They'll have it at their own 27. They get a first down, it's all over. Johnson brings his team out. Tierney, one of the backs, the slot back for Alfred, was limping a little bit there. Wright gets the handoff on first down. He stopped near the line of scrimmage. Is RPI going to stop the clock? No. Now they are. A couple of seconds wasted there. RPI taking their second charge timeout of the second half. 1:27 left on the clock here in Troy. 33-17, Alfred leads RPI. It's a 27-0 lead at the half. And if RPI loses this game, odds are that is going to happen. You lost it in the first half.
Yep.
You need to play 60 to win, but you can lose fast.
You lost it again on a fumble on the 8-yard line. That was critical. But it happens. Sure, the kid's playing as hard as he can. Did that ball ever get out of the quarterback's hands?
What do you mean?
On the fumble.
Yes. Well, yes. He thought Tavinis had it, and Tavinis never really had hold of it, so it just ended up on the ground. Yes. 2nd and 10 for Alfred from the 27. This will be another running play for the Saxons. 30 to the 34. Saxons make to the 34, and RPI calls their last timeout with 1:19 to go in today's game. Bright on the carry for Alfred.
Number 22 for the Engineers on the tackle. That's Watts, Delano Watts. He's got a lot of young guys in there now.
RPI got killed today on the passing yards. The rushing yards, well, there's 60 fewer rushing yards for RPI, 240 to 180, but passing yards, 198 to 80.
Put that up the middle quarterback thing.
Yeah. Third down efficiency, RPI 5 for 13, Alfred 4 for 9, which was better. Alfred also was more possession time, more possession plays, less times making it to third down.
Well, Johnson had 84 yards gained at halftime. I mean, after 3 quarters. No, halftime. Halftime. After 3 quarters, Johnson had 103 yards, a net of 97. And he picked up more in the fourth quarter. He was by far the difference in this game.
Third down and 3 for Alfred, 1:19 to go in the game. RPI's out of timeouts. And whistle. Alfred's calling a timeout. A game that was almost running time 15 minutes ago has come down to a crawl. So let's reset you again. 1:19 to go here, fourth quarter. Alfred leads 33-17. Alfred has the ball at their own 34 with a 3rd and 3. And RPI out of timeout. So you assume Alfred runs the ball. You get 1:15 left in the game. Even if you stop them, maybe 3-4 seconds go off the clock. 1:15 left, and then Alfred's going to let the clock wind down when it starts up 40 seconds for the play clock. Not a lot of time left for RPI, regardless of what Alfred does. If RPI gets a stop on third down.
Next week, RPI travels to MIT. That's also a 12 o'clock start.
Third down play. Handoff goes to Fuentes, cuts up field, and he's got the first down. And that's going to be the game here. They move the chains, they have to take knees, but it'll be all over. Alfred's going to end up with the winner here. RPI is not going to get the ball back. Alfred goes into the victory formation. They're going to time this, so they only have to take one knee. If Johnson gets the ball, backs up a few feet, and then takes the knee, it'll be less than 40 seconds to go in the game. Actually, the officials are going to help out on this one. They're not going to. They'll have to take one more knee. There's about a 1 second differential between the play clock and the game clock. So there's one more knee here in Troy, and then Alfred will be the 33-17 victors over RPI. That's the final knee. Johnson gives the ball away, and the Saxons with the almost perfect first half. They scored 27 points, 5 for 5 in terms of possessions, scoring on possessions. Puts them up by 27. They never trailed in this game. They scored on the opening possession, never trailed, no change of leads. Built up a 4-score lead. RPI only got 3 scores, and Alfred picked up some scores in the second half, a couple of field goals to keep it a 2-score game against RPI, and RPI not able to come back. As Bob had mentioned, the fumble on the 8-yard line of Alfred by RPI, a real killer there, because that allowed, not only gave up the ball, but Alfred then took that ball the other way for over 6 minutes. There was a 6-minute-plus drive by Alfred the other way, which burned out a lot of the fourth quarter. They put up 3 to make it a 16-point game, and after that, RPI not able to come back. So the home opener doesn't go the way RPI had wished, as they fall 33-17 here to the Alfred Saxons. Time to run down the scoring in today's game, as there was quite a bit of it. For Alfred, 9:31 left to go in the first quarter. Their first score, Monk with a 24-yard field goal. As I mentioned, Alfred got the lead, never relinquished it at that point. They led 3-0. Then with 3:38 to go in the first quarter, Fuentes with a 4-yard run. Monk's kick made it 10-0 in favor of Alfred. That was the score after one quarter. Second quarter, 10:05 to go in the first half. Bright with an 8-yard pass from Johnson. Monk's kick made it 17-0 Alfred. With 5:01 to go in the first half, Bish with a 17-yard pass from Johnson. Monk's kick made it 24-0 Alfred. And then Alfred, Monk with a 23-yard field goal as time expired in the first half to make it 27-0. That was the score, obviously, at halftime. Third quarter was RPI's, best quarter, obviously. They got the ball first. Ramsdale got a 30-yard pass from Trimpert. Clapp's kick made it 27-7 in Alfred's favor. And then RPI with a short kickoff, misplayed by Alfred. They didn't go for the ball. It was a live ball. RPI got down there, got the ball on the kickoff. And then Tavinis later on with 8:29 to go in the third quarter with a 17-yard run. Cap's kick made it 27-14 in favor of Alfred. RPI